What's good, YouTube? Everybody, my people, my kings and queens, back at another video, man. But I just want to say, man, focus on long-term goals instead of short-term. You know, and that's the reason why some people come up real quick because they focus on the short-term goals, but it don't last that long. When you got your mindset set on long-term goals, you know, it's gonna take you a minute to get successful because your mindset's not on nothing short. It's on long terms. So, and another thing is that I learned this too. It's a common mistake that everybody do, you know, but I learned very quick, especially at a young age that I learned this at, even though I didn't know I was learning it. But then it started to hit me when I got a little older, because you know how it is that people around you, they don't really know what they talking about. Then it's gonna kind of linger on to you. So now that you kind of think this way a little bit, but then that ain't who you are, because you heard somebody say that and this and then that and that. So what I learned is the reward that you'll get out of something. A lot of people focus on the reward. You know, a lot of people don't really focus on what can I gain from this, or what can I learn from this. That could be for anything. That could be from a job. That could be from your goals, like whatever you love to do, or whatever, you know, that fit your soul purpose or whatever that you love to do. I feel like you should learn from every mistake and learn from everything to get towards your goal, or to get to success. A lot of people just focus on the reward, like what they get out of it, like new car, money, crib, house, you know, stuff like that. But they don't focus on what they could learn from that. So that's why when they do make it, they're gonna make a lot of mistakes. They gotta learn and learn and learn. So it's better if you actually start learning now, when you're on your way to success. So therefore, when you get to success, you will have that experience of like not always looking at reward, like what type of reward I'm gonna get out of it. Like usually be looking at how can I learn from this? What can I achieve from this? You know, then eventually the work can come, you know what I'm saying, naturally. But what I'm trying to say is, what I'm basically saying is, focus on the long-term goals. But like I said, don't be in the present moment though, like every day, you know, be in that present moment. But, you know, just still focus on long-term goals though, you know. A lot of people don't really talk about this though, but like they talk about long-term goals, but they don't talk about the kind of effects. Like when you think about long-term goals, you do kind of get, you know, your thoughts, and you start to overthinking, thinking too much and this and that, and it causes depression and all of that. Trust me, that's been me since I was a kid. I ain't never focused on nothing short term. I always focus on the long term. So that's the reason why I was looking at people, man, they were getting stuff quick, but hell, I wasn't getting nothing. But then when I did get some, I look back at it and be like, oh, that's the reason why it took me so long to actually learn something. Because when I was young growing up, I don't know, but I'm telling you, my subconscious, my conscious mind, whatever, was smart. It was like my body knows before my damn mind even knew. But I was focused on long term. And then I always wonder why, like, damn, bro, why it take me so long to get stuff? It's because my mindset not focused on no short term. It's focused on long term. And then I thought, now I was just looking at other people like they got that real quick. And then next thing you know, it took me a minute to get mine. And then I realized like, oh, okay. Cause like I said, you gotta learn it when you grow up. That's why it's called short term versus long term. Short term is when you just looking for the reward, so you gonna get it real quick. You know, that's how I feel about it. But long term, you're not gonna get it real quick. You gotta go through a lot of tribulation, a lot of ups and downs, mostly not really ups, it's just really downs. But the downs is not to harm you, it's like your challenges. What can you learn from it? What can you grow from this? How can you get better as a person, like, you know, for yourself, stuff like that. So that's the reason why I started to pay attention to myself and be like, okay, I'm more like a long-term goal thinker. Like, I ain't that type of person to think for short term. So, like I said, there's no judgment. Everybody got their own different mindset. Some people think of short term, some people think of long term, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm a long term type of person, man. So, but I ain't trying to get off track or nothing though. But what I'm just saying is, don't focus on the reward that you'll get out of something. Focus on what can you gain from it, what can you learn from it, and how can it better you as a person, or your skill or your technique. You know what I'm saying? Don't just look for the reward. You know what I'm saying? The reward is going to come naturally, but you gotta put the work in. You gotta like you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you doing or something, learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Grow from it. Don't just not put the work in, or you just half-ass and putting the work on. You're not trying to learn from it, nothing like that. You just looking at the reward. So don't be them type of person, man. Be the person that's gonna actually learn from stuff, learn from it, and just try to be a better person. You know, like from it, or just however it could help you. It could be skill, communication, technique. Like it could be whatever. But just focus on long term, and just focus on what you can learn from, you know, from those things. Like a challenge. They're going through a challenge. Don't you start panicking. Just sit down and be like, okay, what can I learn from this? Just going through the day. You know, but don't be a type of person be like, ooh, I just can't wait till I get a reward. That's the only thing you're thinking about. And you ain't trying to better yourself or change, you know, towards that reward. You just think about straight reward, thinking that you could keep doing the same stuff over and over, keep getting reward. You know what I'm saying? But the more work you put in on yourself, the bigger the reward will be. And learn from your mistakes, everything. All right? I love y'all. I'm out. And man, y'all have a great day, man. Yeah. See y'all. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram too. And I got a second channel on here too. So make sure y'all follow that, man. But otherwise than that though, man, I'm out.